vlog, and today I thought I'd do a review on the 2016 new Maserati Ghibli. So here it is in white, and of course we've got the new wheels on the car, so it's kind of a mix. It's a little bit dirty today because it's raining, but it's a little bit of a mix of black and obviously the kind of silver finish. And you've got the red calipers as well, which are really nice touch to bring out, especially on a white car. I always find that red calipers are really nice. So just going down the body of the car, obviously you've got the famous Maserati symbol that's on the back of most of their cars. Very nice touch. So just coming around the back now of the car, of course you've got the Maserati sign, and of course the usual kind of styling that you'd get on the Ghibli. To go down here, you'll see you've got the 4 pipes, so a quad exhaust system. And if we just pan further around here, in this particular model all the doors are controlled, so if I go next to it and I just touch it, it automatically opens the door, and if I just push this little button here, the car locks. So it's a pretty nice little feature that we've got on this particular vehicle. You've got the Maserati logo on the front, and you've got the very kind of aggressive looking Maserati symbol on the grille, finished in black in this car. So that's a quick tour of the exterior. I'm going to be jumping this a little bit later on, and I'm going to then take you guys for a test drive, show you all about it. But let's jump in anyway for now. Quick overview. So it's finished off in red leather with the new finish of polished piano black style wood, which is brand new on the 2016 Maserati Ghibli. It's not there on the previous versions of the car. And you've got the, of course, beautiful Maserati symbol in the middle, and you've got the dashboard, which if I start her up in a minute you'll see. In fact, I'll do that now and you can hear the engine. So I don't know if you can hear that, but a very loud roar. Music's a bit loud, so I'll turn that off. And you can see that it's got a really nice dashboard there, and of course you can change between the various different screens. You've got a nice center console here. I'll show you this in the evening again when we go for the drive, but I'll give you a more overview at that point. And then just panning down here, you've got the usual cup holders, and then you've got more storage space here, and of course in the armrest, nice big space. And you've got the electronic parking sensors. You've got sport transmission, which I tend to drive in if it's not cold or icy. You've got ice, which is increased control and efficiency mode for really wintry days. You've got manual. You can turn off the of course the stability controls, and you've got this nice kind of gear stick where you can just engage, and you can see it just lights up as well as you move through it, which is a nice touch. So the cabin itself is pretty spacious. You can easily get, it's a full saloon, so you can obviously get 5 people in the car, and the armrest of course goes up. So yeah, it's a really nice car. It's a good blend between the kind of really fast kind of cars that Ferrari and Maserati push out, and the saloon. So that's kind of Maserati's hallmark. So yeah, we'll take it for a spin a little bit later on, and yeah, I'll give her a few revs right now so you can hear it. For a spin now, come along with us, and we're going to show you a little bit more of what the car sounds like, how it performs. It's a bit icy today, so we're not going to really push it too much, but just to give you a quick flavour of the car, and obviously a quick overview of the interior, as we've already kind of introduced you to. So let's go. So yeah, we're going to just head down this road. I'm driving in control mode really at this point because it's too slippery out there, but you can probably hear that engine coming off there, making that kind of rough sound. It's very nice. It's definitely a sound that people can hear outside in any mode. Obviously the sports modes are a lot more aggressive, the throttle's better, the kind of changes are much faster, and of course you burn through the petrol like crazy. But generally speaking, in relative terms, the Maserati Ghibli is pretty fuel efficient in in your kind of general typical mode, and as I mentioned, if you go into Sport Plus and so on, or Sport, that tends to kind of go crazy. So I definitely recommend, if you're into long drives and petrol consumption, driving it in your kind of regular mode or ICE, which is increased control and efficiency. But if you want to just give it, give it all as much as you can within the rules of the law, of course. We don't want to advocate any kind of speeding.
Of course, usual disclosures.
You can drive it in Sport, and of course get a lot more out of the car. But just driving it now down this road here, there's plenty of torque and there's plenty of power coming off the engine, even in the control mode. And if you really put your foot down and downshift on the paddles, you kind of get that kind of loud kick and kind of spits and gurgles out of the back of the exhaust. So it's really fun to drive. It's really, really comfortable. Mark, you're a passenger in the passenger seat. What's your kind of thoughts on the car from a comfort perspective?
Brilliant, to be honest. Let's compare to what C63.
Yes.
C63 is a race car. You get a backache after a while.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, it feels like you're in a armchair, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good description. Actually, it's pretty comfortable, isn't it, sitting in the in the car compared to some of the other cars that we've tested over the years. So yeah, I think it's a good all-round car, because you've got that kind of power that you would want from a sports car, but yet you've got the practicality and comfort of a saloon car. I think that's Maserati's kind of hallmark, their kind of signature in building vehicles. You've got Ferrari that build these two-door monsters, and then you've got Maserati, which is a sister company that kind of picks up the same kind of great design and style and great interiors, and then builds saloon cars that are usable every single day. But if you want to really charge down the motorway or charge down any kind of big road, you can still do that. If you're thinking about a Maserati Ghibli or a Quattroporte, I'd say the Quattroporte is the big brother, and it's absolutely relentless in the way it kind of reacts and behaves. It's a fantastic car. But if you're looking for a car that's good on petrol consumption, relatively speaking, and at the same point in time, gives you that kind of torque and power, the Maserati Ghibli V6 in this case, or the V8, or the V8 S even, I believe, are fantastic cars to go for. I'm going to try and just drop the gear a little bit and give you a little bit more sound. Don't know if you can hear that, but certainly get a lot off the engine, and the downshifts are really, really aggressive and really, really fun to drive in. So yeah, that's a really quick tour and overview of the Maserati Ghibli.